What's happening? What's happening? Shout out to all those beginner investors and traders, college graduates, entrepreneurs, hustlers, anybody trying to make something out of nothing. Listen, I want to say this to those AMC investors that have no brains in their head, that decide to leave me messages when I've said several times that I'm a beginner investor still learning, but they still choose to leave comments as if I don't know what I'm talking about. Like, you have to go get common sense out of a book. I like to say, just stay off the page, man. Go where you get the information that you want. Because one thing about AMC's following and investors, and I'm not saying all, but I'm saying most, it's become cult-like. You cannot say anything about AMC without, people having something to say, especially if you don't say anything about it going to the moon. All right. And it's obvious that you people would ignore, or rather ignore, all the problems behind closed doors just because you really, really believe that this stock is going to go to $10,000 a share or $100,000 a share. I don't need to do the TA that you think I need to do, or the research you think I need to do, when common sense will tell me, when you have all these institutions selling stocks by the millions, that right there gives me the inclination that the stock is going to fall, because I understand that institutions are what really drive the market. Yes, retail has their place, but when you see the volume spike the way that you do, when you see these stocks move the way that you do, when they have a volume of 50, 60, 100 million, 200 million, those are institutional buys or sales, okay? Now, I understand that the squeeze could take place based on all the synthetic shares, based on all the failure to delivers, based on all the leverage positions, based on this new executive order that's stopping hedge funds from using Chinese stocks as collateral. I understand with that happening that this could cause another so-called short squeeze. I understand that, but that does not take away the facts that these people are crooks, and that they can literally be using the psychology to configure the game and make it look as if somebody is about to pay for this, while they just reposition everything so that they can keep making money. And retail, yes, will probably make money, but as you can see, in my opinion, it looks like they're doing a really good job of reconfiguring everything. Take the GameStop split, for example. In my opinion, they're waiting on the stock split, talking about they want to weather market conditions before they decide to do the split. In my opinion, based on the executive order, it wouldn't have been a smart idea, because even if shareholders would have lost profit based on whatever the stock price or target was, or wherever the split happened to go, a lot of shareholders in GameStop would have lost profit. Now, they'll hype you up with the dividend, and they'll hype you up with the extra shares, but they're not going to let you know, like I said yesterday, that can mess up your profit and your position, okay? Now, if they were to happen to do the stock split, in my opinion, the reason why they didn't do it, because with all the companies that are being shorted, with GameStop being the beast of the market right now, if they were to do the stock split with GameStop, most people would probably sell out of their positions and probably buy twice, maybe 3-4 times as much GameStops as they did before, the actual split. And then people would jump in different positions of meme stocks that are, bound to squeeze as well, when these hedge funds can't, push these stocks down any lower. So with me understanding that to some degree, that's my reason to believe that that's the reason why they didn't do the stock split as of today. Because GameStop moves like no other stock in the stock market. I mean, Tesla runs like that. There are a couple stocks, but I'm saying GameStop, it might be all over the place. Nvidia ran like that today. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just sticking to GameStop and AMC. It's just I don't like the attitudes of some people as if you cannot give an opinion. You don't have to be a so-called experienced investor to have an opinion about what's going on in a crooked market. You see what I'm saying? And for you to be saying something to me, it's obvious, a lot of you aren't experienced as well, because if these hedge funds are over leveraging positions the way that they are, if they are traded in the dark pools, if they believe that retail is dumb money, why have they been shafted and caught with their pants down the way that they have right now? And why are they trying to reconfigure the game to figure out how to get retail to stop from holding? You know what I'm saying? So obviously, if you're coming over here talking about me, saying a bunch of bullshit about me, these people are idiots and dumb and all this other shit too. Because how can you be worth billions and billions of dollars and get caught with your pants down trading against dumb money? You see what I'm saying? So I'm trying to figure out, why are you coming on my page leaving comments about what I have to say about AMC? You know what I mean? It's just unbelievable. So it's obvious, like I said, nobody's experienced right now, because all the things that's taking place with GameStop and AMC, nobody has never seen. This is beyond the 2008 market crash. And it doesn't just have to do with AMC and GameStop. This is about a bunch of over-leveraged positions that these fucking hedge funds have. So while you sit and just think about AMC and GameStop, we're talking about hedge funds, institutions that have pretty much damn near shorted the whole fucking stock market. Because it's dozens, maybe hundreds of stocks that have been shorted. Reason being why a lot of these hedge funds are tanking, reason being why some of them are 50%, 60% down in their portfolios, is because of my understanding that they've been over leveraging positions. But with that being said, that does not mean that these people are still going to allow the squeeze. You got crooked people like Gary Gensler. You got the SEC has already said pretty much that they're turning a blind eye to what's going on. You got bitches like Janet Yellen that's getting paid damn near $1 million to do Zoom calls and shit. You know what I mean? You got Jerome Powell, been walking away with the bag and ain't been doing shit about what's taking place as well. And then, with the markets and the economics and the economy, they're talking about a bunch of nut shit to make you believe that the markets are screwed up because of retail and all the money that they pumped into the system, which is true. But at the same time, these people are walking away with boatloads of money lining their pockets while we're sitting back getting lied to, and then they're creating all these different ways to make it seem as if they aren't the problem for, the system being broken the way that it is. So, excuse me, I'm taking a walk. Like I said, I like to take a walk after the market close, get my brain together, get my heart pumping, and just think. And that's what I wanted to talk about and see what you ladies and gentlemen feel. Because, like I said, man, all these fake content creators, these YouTubers, they doing it for the money, man. I never did this YouTube channel for money. I said I did it because I happened to see that we were being left out from building financial freedom, from building a little bit of wealth, and making smart investments and life decisions. So, I just decided to do this page after I made a certain amount of money, man, and I only went in a little bit, man, and it blew me away to make the money that I made. So I just felt like everybody should know about it, and that's why. And that's why when I come in contact with these AMC and GME, cult like followers, it's almost, unbearable. Because, I mean, it's like, man, have you not been watching the market? These people can do whatever they want. I mean, supposedly Melvin Capital just went under, and Ken Griffin just bought a $250 million home no longer than a month ago. You know what I'm saying? So if these people are capable of doing this, what would make you think that they wouldn't pull the rug from up under us now? And that's why I believe GameStop didn't do that stock split. And it didn't even make no sense for them to do the stock split, in my opinion. They only wanted to do it, in my opinion, to raise more capital for their pockets, because you got the 250 million plus shares that's unaccounted for with, all the dark pool trading and synthetics from last year. And if they were to, do the stock split and issue 1 billion shares, in my opinion, remember, I'm not a financial advisor or investing guru or none of that. But in my opinion, that will allow these hedge funds to cover most of their position. That's just in my opinion, as well as take a lot of profit and reposition a lot of retail in places that they might not have bought those stocks, and that right there is criminal. And I believe that retail knows that, and knows, or some, or a lot knows to sell before the split. And if you sell before the split, let's say if GameStop drops down to $20, $30, most of us could probably buy 4 or 5 times the amount or more than we had if they were to do the split. And we will be able to reposition ourselves so we don't have to worry about our profits being sucked away if the market decides to keep on going down based on the target, wherever it goes, depending on your the share price that you originally bought the stock at. So, and forgive me if I'm rambling, but that's just my opinion. And I want to give a shout out to it's a content creator. His name is cause he and like I said, man, I'm a beginner. I don't necessarily look at myself like I know a lot. I just pay attention, and I'm asking questions. These are questions and my opinions that I'm giving. And for him to say that was a great video yesterday, it really gave me the stamp to say to myself, okay, well, keep on doing what I'm doing. Keep on trying to work it the way that I'm working it, because I happen to look at his channel and he seems a lot more experienced than I am. He knows a lot more than I know about the technicals and, the graphs and the charts. And I appreciate that, because I'm just talking from, a genuine place, asking questions based on a system that I know has been corrupt all my life. Not just the stock market. I'm talking about everything, politics, everything. Everything is crooked. The school systems, everything. So for me to know that, it's just like, okay, what else can we do to, stop this from happening? Because a regular person like me or you steal $100 million out of the stock market, we going under the jail. But these people, they get fines, and these fines are almost not even slaps on the wrist. I mean, they could steal $1 billion and get a $2 million fine, a $10 million fine, some crazy shit like that. But if me or you were to do it, I mean, shit, it'd be all over the world news. You know what I mean? And that's just the part that has me like, I get it. I understand to some degree about the executive orders. I understand that That's the reason why GameStop and AMC stopped moving in January and February, because they were given 365 days. That's why as of today, that day is up and people believe that the stock is going to move. And yes, I believe it will too, but I just don't believe it'll go any higher than what we already hit. And based on all the institutions that bought in a month ago, when it dropped down to $8 and $9, you gotta remember Munger Capital jumped out around $32 a share. You gotta remember that. And these are institutions where they're okay with 10 or 20%. You see what I mean? So if Munger Capital jumped out at $32, and last month, a month and a half ago, AMC dropped down to $9, $8, I think, close to it. And they jumped in back then, which I already said yesterday that the news that you get is old. You know what I mean? It might be a week old or a month old. And about time the plays start moving, when you jump in, that's where, I've lost tens of thousands in stop options because of, making trades based on my TA, but not getting the right information. You know what I mean? So, and that's why, with the algorithmic trading and the fact that they could trade through dark pools on top of get real, actual data, real-time data that we don't get, that's one of the reasons why. That's why. So me knowing that, I just, try to stay away from, I try to, and that's another reason why stock options and the stock has blown. Another reason the stock's blown up. And if you notice, I meant to say this. If you notice, can you remember when last year everybody was telling you to stop buying options? Those were the hedge funds' words. Because if you know anything about GameStop moving the way that it did is because of all the in-the-money call options. That's what moved the stock price the way that it did. Because when you have the call options, you have to buy back those shares. And that was the reason for the price to jump the way that it did in AMC and GME. Okay? You have to buy those shares back. But the reason why they're telling you to not buy options, because if you hold the stock, the shares, you can just keep holding and they can just keep on making shares from out of thin air. So hence the synthetics and everything else. You see what I'm saying? So if they can make the shares out of thin air and you're just holding, that's great for them. But if you're buying stock options and they are in the money, they are forced back to buy those shares. You see what I'm saying? So that's what drove the stock up as well. So right now, you have a bunch of different things that's in position for these stocks to move. Okay, but with all the manipulation, will we see one? Now, we know GameStop is going to move regardless. But AMC, in my opinion, it's a dying company, man. And yes, like I said, it could be in the entertainment field as one of the giants, but it was a lot of criminal activity and weird stuff going on 3, 4, 5 years ago in AMC that nobody's talking about. And I'll tell y'all a little bit about that information. You know what I'm saying? And y'all could be the judge. But and that's another reason why, and I'm gonna get out of here. This is another reason why I think they didn't do the stock split. Because AMC runs with GME. If they would have did the stock split and GME dropped down to 20 or 30 bucks, it would have destroyed AMC if they run in tandem. If they run in tandem, the stock split would have destroyed AMC. Okay? That's no different, in my opinion, like crypto coins running with Bitcoin. You know what I'm saying? And you've seen the massive drops in some of these coins because of the massive drop in Bitcoin. So that's just my opinion. Tell me what you feel. If you one of these butthurt, cult-like retail investors, please don't leave me any comments. You know what I mean? People will say anything just to get a message out of you or a response. It's just, to me, it's foolish. I mean, it's foolish. I mean, because you know, at the end of all this, we both gonna have to make our own decisions. My decision isn't yours. So don't come on here expecting to get it. You know, that's all I gotta say. I'm out here, y'all. Love y'all.